So I am here with Mr. Alan Hargis. Hello, Mr. Alan.
Hello, Ashley.
Thank you for having us in your home.
Well, thank you for coming.
That is also your place of business.
Yeah, that's right. That is correct.
So Simply Divine Bed and Breakfast, downtown Dunn. Tell us a little bit maybe about yourself and your family, and then how you Simply Divine came about.
Well, so I have a beautiful, wonderful wife that is my better half, Patty Hargis, and she helps me every day here. And we have 3 children. They're grown. We have twins that are 34 and a younger son that's 28, and they're all grown and doing their own thing, and they're successful, and I'm very happy about that. And we started doing this. I used to be in the dry cleaning business. I was in the dry cleaning business for 15 years or so, and I ended up, I worked for Wells Fargo before that, and then whenever I retired from Wells Fargo, after 25 years, I started the dry cleaning business, and we did that for about 15 years, and I always wanted to do something like this. We actually, well, it's kind of a long story, but we had bought another house in another town, and the zoning wasn't exactly like I wanted it to be, so this house became available for sale, and someone told me about it, and we came and looked at it, and it needed an awful lot of work. It really needed an awful lot of work, but and so Patty was up against it to start with, because she was like, we've already done all that, we've already, but here I knew the zoning was great, and my neighbors were all my customers, so I knew them all, and it is a wonderful neighborhood, so we are very blessed to be here. We go to each other's houses and eat, have dinner, and have parties all the time, and different houses and different places, and this is a really wonderful neighborhood. So
beautiful houses all around you.
Yeah.
So definitely fun places to have an event and party.
Yeah.
And as a bed and breakfast, obviously bed and breakfast, but a lot of these bed and breakfasts are used as wedding venues or event venues, which you do quite a bit of.
Right, that's
right.
So
tell me a little bit, what are some of the types of events that people have here in the home, and maybe touch a little bit on some of the special features that you feel like the house offers.
Sure. Well, the bed and breakfast is wonderful. We do enjoy that, and we have met so many wonderful people that are traveling through either 95, we're about halfway between Florida and New York, and people come and stay with us, and we've met lots of really wonderful people through the bed and breakfast aspect of it. We really enjoy that. We get some personal time to spend with people. Again, this is our home, so in order to make a reservation here, you have to call and talk to me so that I'm comfortable with that. And most of our guests like that, because they're like, well, if you're screening people good, then we feel comfortable about being here. And so that's great. We've had some great guests in the bed and breakfast area. The president of NBC News has stayed with us. There's just a lot of different really interesting people. But we also do other things. And we really focus a lot on weddings. Weddings are kind of a big deal for us. And, I look at it like, things are trendy in the wedding business. A lot of times, people want to, get married in a barn or whatever. But I always think about, 20 years from now, when you look back on those pictures and you think about where you were and whatever, this house has been here 120 years. And it's a classic, and so it'll be here long after those barns are gone.
Yeah,
so you get some maturity about you.
Yeah.
You'll be thinking, that would have been a great thing. And so that's one of the things that we offer, is just a historical perspective. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. We've worked really hard to make it pretty. We offer things that other wedding venues don't. We offer the accommodations. We can actually accommodate 14 people. That's a big deal.
Which is great for a wedding party.
Right.
Especially if they're coming from out of town.
That's right. That's exactly right. And if you don't want to have to, so you can actually get married here, have the reception here, and stay here. You never have to worry about leaving. You can, so if you wanted to have an adult beverage or something, you don't have to worry about driving, or you don't have to worry about those kinds of things. If we can accommodate, 14 people, And then we serve breakfast every morning that those people are here. And the breakfasts are, I think, fantastic. They're much better than a continental breakfast where you pick up a donut and a glass of milk or something. It's a real home cooked.
I can smell some real home cooking going on right now.
Yeah, we do. We do that.
Good.
We do, yeah. So we're proud of that too. And but you can stay here, and other venues don't offer that option. And we're not a churn and burn type venue where you can have a wedding today at in the morning at 9 o'clock, and then you got to be out by 3 because we've got somebody else coming in at 4. And,
right.
We don't do that. We have one wedding a weekend, and we don't even have one every weekend because we're retired, and I've got a house at the beach, and we want to go enjoy ourselves, and so it's not like we but we're always here. So if there is an event going on here, or if people are staying here, we're going to always be here. We're not hiring it out for somebody else.
You're not renting the home out and you're going off to the beach.
Right, that's right. We're not doing that. If we're having an event, we're going to be here because we want to make sure everything's is done the way that it should be done, and that people are satisfied and that people are happy.
That's right.
So,
well, and speaking of just amenities and people being able to stay for a weekend, depending on the time of the year, there are some extras on the property that can make that even more attractive, like the pool and the pool house.
That's right.
So let's talk a little bit maybe about what the experience would be like for a couple who gets married here. They come in, they tour the property. Let's talk a little bit about like rentals that are available to them. Sure. And then maybe like room options for where they get dressed and how you see things play out.
Sure. Well, generally that is what happens, is that the bride will contact us for a tour, and we will show them around. We'll show them the rooms. We'll show them the grounds. We have a place for dancing, a patio that is awesome for that. We have a place for a DJ or a band to set up for dancing. We also have a huge front yard. We actually have this whole block. So we have a huge front yard. If you wanted to rent a tent, you certainly could. You don't have to, because we have a pavilion in the back that will seat about 150 people. So that used to be an issue before I built that. There were a couple of issues that we've recently added to Simply Divine that it's never had before, and that was the bathrooms. So like we used to, when we would have 100 plus people for a wedding, they would have to rent a tent. They wouldn't have to, but you would never know what the weather was going to be. Right. So say in a beautiful day in April or something, they would not think they might need a tent until 4 days before the wedding, and then there's a 65% chance of rain. So they never knew, and then they would panic at the end. And so that was always kind of a disadvantage. So I decided to try to fix that along with the bathrooms. So we had bathrooms here and in the pool house. You mentioned the pool house. The pool house has got 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms in it. And so we would allow people to use the bathrooms, but sometimes we had guests or some of the wedding party was in the pool house. So we built a facility that has a couple of bathrooms outside. So we've got plenty of bathroom accommodations. We have that pavilion area is covered. It can be heated. And so it makes for kind of a year-round nice place without having to go to the trouble to rent a tent.
Even if you don't get in the pool, I love the idea of just like floating candles on the pool.
That's right. And the pool is
right. It just adds to the ambiance.
Yes, and the pavilion adjoins the pool. So the pool is right by that. So we wanted to kind of incorporate all of the grounds together, and so that's where that is. And the pool is the largest swimming pool in Dunn. It has 50,000 gallons in it.
Wow.
I can promise you I have filled that pool up. But it's very, very nice. And the packages range, we have all kinds, they range from $2,500 up to $6,800. And that depends on what you want. If you want to just show up here and get married and have your reception here for 5 hours or so, that's $2,800. You can't beat that. I don't know of anywhere else that you can do that. If you were to go to some other places and have to rent a tent. Sometimes the tent would cost you $2,000. So it depends, so I think that's a great value. But then if you wanted to go to the next package or the next package, or there's 4 or 5 packages, and each one of those includes different things like room accommodations. So say our most expensive package would be, you would come on Friday, you would have your rehearsal dinner here. That would all be included, not the food, but the rental of the space would be included in that. Then you would be able to spend the night on Friday night, the entire place, 14 people. Then the next morning we'd have breakfast for 14 people. Then we would do, you would get ready and have the whole house upstairs to get ready. We've got a bridal suite upstairs, which is a king-size bed and a queen-size bedroom that joins a bathroom with huge mirrors in the room so that you can, see to get ready. Also, the common areas upstairs, and that's available. Lots of times the bride will have their hair people and their makeup people to come that morning, and then they'll get all ready for the day. Then you will go and have the ceremony here. And actually, I'm an officiant, so I can marry people.
Oh, it is all inclusive.
Yeah, that's
totally
crazy.
all inclusive.
Yeah. So anyway, then we'll have the ceremony. Then the reception will follow, and generally there's a little cocktail hour, and then the reception with the food and all that will be available in the pavilion. And so it's kind of all inclusive. Then that night, also the accommodations are available. So then everybody will spend that night on Saturday, and then they'll have breakfast the next morning.
Which I love that idea, especially for your bridal party. Some of those people who are closest to you, it never fails. A wedding ends, but not everybody's ready to leave necessarily.
That's right.
And you don't always want everybody to leave. You kind of want to have some time.
We do turn the music off just as respect to our neighbors at 10 o'clock.
Right.
But then after that, if you did get that second package where you've got the second night, then they certainly can hang around outside or whatever.
Right.
Just.
So let's talk then a little bit, talking about everything being inclusive. That means that you guys have rentals that people can use as far as linens are concerned.
That's right.
Tell me a little bit about that.
We have tables and chairs, any size you need, as many as you need, tablecloths, different colors, whatever color you need. We have, if you did want to have more than 150 people or 120 people, you could rent a tent. If you wanted to have 300 people, you could. And you could rent a tent and then have the pavilion as well. So that's an option too. So we really are not limited in size other than what, the bride wants to do and what her budget.
Right.
Or what her budget is.
The home is a very special home. You said it was built in 1906. Yep. And it went through some struggles itself. You had told me a story about there being a fire at one time. There are some other heirloom pieces that I would consider throughout the home that you have shown Jake and I. And one would be the horse, the hobby horse thing. And I know you love your piano.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about some of those items maybe in the home that are the most special to you.
Well, those are my 2 favorite things. And we, a lot of the pieces that we have here, we bought about every piece you see from someplace, but each one has a story to it. There are 3 pieces of furniture in the house that are really special to me. The first one is the piano. The piano is awesome. When I give a tour with people, especially the people in the bed and breakfast, it's kind of a joke for me. I enjoy doing this. Like, we'll walk through the tour, and this is the library, and this is the place where most people will come in. Then I'll go through the music room where the piano is, and I'll say, now, this is my favorite toy in the house, and I can play about any song that you want to hear on this piano. And then I just walk on, and we keep on with the tour, and they either think, well, this guy is extremely cocky, or he's very talented, one or the other. But that's not the case in either way, really. So the piano is a player piano. I've had the piano for many years. When I first bought it, I couldn't justify the buying of it without a player on it. And so I had a player put on it then, but things have changed over times and technology's changed. And so I had it updated a few years ago, and it really is awesome. It'll play any song in the world with music, with the background and with the singer. It's awesome. So we use that a lot for weddings too. We can play lots of, also for background music for
any event. You can use it as the background
Yeah,
music.
that's right. Because we don't just do weddings. We do, bridal showers and baby showers and birthday parties and corporate events and things of that nature. So it works great for background music for, say, a rehearsal dinner or for some baby shower, bridal shower, or something like that. So that's a great piece. The second piece of my favorite thing is the carousel horse. The carousel horse is special to me because I've had it for so long. Pullen Park is the oldest park in Raleigh, and back 52 years ago, they had a sale of the old wooden horses on the carousel, and they auctioned them off. And I was 8 years old at that time, and my mother bought and gave me that horse for my 8th birthday, and it was on auction. And then they replaced all those horses with these fiberglass horses that they have now, which are not near as cool.
Yeah.
But this one is really, really nice. And then there's a third piece of furniture that is very special to me. And it is because we befriended this lady. It's a long story, but we befriended this lady that lived near the beach. Very, very nice lady. Beautiful home she had. And when Hurricane Michael came through, she ended up with 6 feet of water in her house. And she was just devastated. She had some beautiful ball gowns and sequin dresses and all kinds of linens and stuff. And she asked what she could do. And so I sent some vans down and picked all of her textiles up. And we cleaned them and saved them. And I kept them for a couple of years while she got her house back together. And then I brought them back to her. And I couldn't charge her anything because I just couldn't. And I just felt so bad for her. And anyway, she had this beautiful piece of furniture that she had completely redone that had been damaged during the flood or during the, whenever her house was full of water. And she gave me that piece of furniture. So that's upstairs. So those are 3 really special pieces.
Now, is that piece of furniture the kissing chair?
No, the kissing
conversation chair.
That's a cool chair.
What was it called? The kissing?
It's conversation chair, kissing chair. A lot of people say that. That's the oldest piece of furniture in the house, and I bought that from an estate. But that is a really, really nice. That's a hand-carved piece in the 1700s.
Yeah, it's super cool.
And it's cool.
You wouldn't think that a piece of furniture, maybe it's that old, would actually sit so comfortably. But when I sat down in it, I was like, man, this is actually, it feels like it fits you perfect.
Yeah. It is very nice. Of course, it's been reupholstered since the 1700s. But the actual wood part of it is original. Yeah.
So seasons, do the seasons have a big impact on weddings? Do you provide like some guidance for your couples? If they come, do they kind of know right away, this is where on the property I want to get married? Or do you provide some guidance in that?
Well, we talk about what kind of wedding they're looking for. The most popular place to get married is on the front porch in front of the house. And people will sit out in the yard and watch people get married. But we've had people get married in many places. We've had people get married in the house, on the staircase, in the library. We've had people get married under the gazebo outside on the patio. We've had people get married in the English garden that we have there. We've had people that get married by the pool. But my favorite is, and actually I think the best flow of everything is to get married on the front porch. That way people can be already in the back in the pavilion. They can be ready while the bride comes back in, takes pictures or whatever. It's an easy flow. And so I think maybe that would be my favorite, but it's certainly open to get married wherever you would like. We've had, and people have different themes for their weddings. We've had a medieval wedding where we had the guy dressed up like the groom was a musketeer, and all the people and the bride dressed like that period of time. So that was cool. We've had a Flintstones wedding.
No way.
Wilma and Fred got married, and then the all the characters of Barney Rebel
That's
was the best man
hilarious.
and that kind of thing. So we've had some of that. We've had some all kinds of things like that, and so it's up to the bride, whatever they like.
Well, I think, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, as far as seasonality goes, it is somewhat seasonal because weddings, August and July are tough because it's so hot, usually here in North Carolina. But the most popular times for weddings are either during, say, April, May, early June, maybe late March, and then September, October, November, and then December is a big, busy season for us. We really go out and decorate a big time for Christmas. Yes, we have all the Jeffrey Searles does our decorations, and he does a great job. And so he comes by, and his crew really, in one day, just transforms this place, and it's really, really cool. We'll have during that season, we'll have Santa Claus come, and he'll set up in the house, and we'll have children come, and they'll talk to Santa about what they want and stuff. And then,
so you open the home up to the community some as well.
Yeah, we try our very best to do that.
Which is great. And I think, look, anybody in the service industry, you have to be a special heart, right?
Right.
To be a people person, first of all. But then to allow people and want people that you don't know to come into your home and open that up. And then also get to play a really special part in what should be one of the most memorable days of a couple's life in their wedding. And so I think that says just a lot too about your heart for people, connecting with people, wanting to serve people, and customer service, I can tell, is a huge factor for you in what you do.
We want to make sure that everybody's satisfied, and we actually, it's not difficult. It's because I do enjoy it, and that I guess you have to do, and you have to enjoy meeting people and that kind of thing. And I really do enjoy doing that. You learn so much. It's such a great experience for me as it is, for them maybe. But yeah, we do love to do that, and part of the community too. I mean, the downtown area is big for us. We'd like for people to know about what's going on downtown. We tell them about the deli, the coffee shop, the jewelry stores, the florists, all of the things, the bakery, all of the things there are to do downtown, the dress shops and the things like that. We try to get them involved with that. We even will do sometimes murder mysteries where we'll do a scavenger hunt. And
that is a lot of fun.
You'll come on Friday night. We'll present part of a play. We'll give the merchants downtown some clues that they'll have to go and search the clue out before they come back on Saturday and find out and then they'll win a prize or something like that. So we try to incorporate Dunn as much as we can.
Yeah.
I try to promote Dunn all the time.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Allen. So while people can get rentals, linens and stuff from you as well, florists, other vendors that are required for a wedding, do you have partnerships or do you work specific with vendors?
We actually do. And we have agreements with all of our vendors. So we have a list of people that we allow to come in the house and to decorate and to prepare food and all that. We make sure that the caterers are licensed, and we really make sure they're top quality folks. So we've worked really hard to kind of firm up that list. And then if the bride has a vendor that they want that we do not have a relationship with, that's fine. We welcome that, but we do need to interview that person, especially the caterer. The caterer is the biggest deal in the wedding. It can make or break a wedding. And the caterer, we need to make sure that they are licensed and then they're insured, and then we have a contract they sign with us that basically sets their expectations of what we provide them, and it provides me they have to meet my expectation of what I expect. We've gone through a whole lot in the beginning, doing this to learn these things, but that we do believe that we have the top quality vendors for everything from florists to caterers to photographers to everything that you can think of, wedding directors, all that. So yeah, we do have the vendors. Now we love downtown, and so some of our vendors are downtown folks, but we and we, like I say, we encourage people when they come and stay with us to go see people like Jordan's Jewelers and Jeffrey's Florist and Jeffrey's Home Living and the deli, Broad Street Coffee.
All of it is up and coming.
All of that, yes, it is.
A lot of it is
all
new.
of that. We've got yes, and the Irwin Mills Coffee, and I don't want to leave anybody out that I can think of, and several dress shops downtown, and the tap room. And the tap room is great because it's Lucknow Tap Room, and we go there quite often. They'll have food trucks there in the evenings. We send our people down there a lot. And then the Bird's Nest is down there. That's a listening room where people can go. And the Bird's Nest has been really good to us as well because a lot of their people that come have stayed with us.
Okay.
So it's really beneficial for us all to kind of work together.
Very good. Collaboration
Yes.
is key.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Well, Mr. Allen, thank you for telling me all about the property and stuff today. Is there anything that maybe you would like to say to couples looking in the area? Is there anything, a message that you would like to leave with a bride who's looking a venue?
Well, I would ask that you would just come for a tour and let me show you what all that we do have to offer, because I think that we have more to offer than any other venue that I am aware of, because you can come here, you can spend the night here, you can have your rehearsal dinner here. You don't have to go anywhere, anywhere at all. You can have your ceremony here. I can even marry you. You can have your reception here. You can spend the night again. You'll have breakfast in the mornings. You can use the swimming pool. There's all kinds.
Not to mention, there's a pretty sick ride outside,
oh, yeah, that's
too.
right. I don't want to forget that. That's correct. I do have a Rolls Royce.
That's
yes.
right. And that's here to be used.
Yeah, that's right. We use that primarily for weddings. It's we can use it for transportation for here and there, whatever. We actually took a group to Charleston one time. That was fun. But mostly it is weddings, and they can use that to take pictures around the Rolls, and we will take them if they don't have the ceremony here and they have it at a church or something. We can pick them up and bring them back here. If they do, for a photo op, we'll use if they have the ceremony here. That's what we're doing this coming weekend. We're actually taking the bride, and we've done this several times, so that the groom doesn't see her. We'll take her out the back and put her in the car and drive her around to the front.
Oh, yeah.
And then her father will get her out of the car and walk her down the aisle.
Kind of like the horse and carriage.
Yeah.
But more modern.
With a Rolls. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And it is really a nice car. It's the nicest car I've ever driven. It's so it is nice.